Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. Well, once again, we have some news stories for you, but also we have some of your comments because you guys are always so vocal, which is what I love. So let's just jump right in and get there, shall we? Let's go. When I pointed out to people that Harry and Meghan wanted to come to the service of Thanksgiving for Philip, you guys were extremely vocal and had a lot to say. Yorkshire Girl pointed out it's a PR disaster, and they didn't support Prince Philip while he was alive, so why bother now? And GM pointed out there's 3 simple things that would resolve all the ongoing issues. Remove their titles, remove them from the line of succession, and put them on a UK no-fly list. Good thought process there. And on the story about the smell that was engulfing Harry and Meghan's house, you guys had a couple of really good ones to say about that too. Amanda Pillay said that the stench surrounding their mansion is from all the BS they put out. And Sue Keel pointed out that a portal to hell opened up underneath the house in Montecito. Yep. All right, next up, somebody put up a comment. You were really good in the sparkles, which is something that I think it's Keep New York City Mega Trash Free is doing. And I went through them all. Sadly, it was not me. It was Sue Me, not me. I, believe it or not, everybody else made it on there. Neil Sean, Taz, Murky Meg, Sue Me, Lady C. I didn't make it. I'm so sad. To put it rather delicately, I'm a guppy in the sea of sharks. Okay, moving on. I got very excited when I saw this because Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge is going to read CB's bedtime stories to mark Children's Mental Health Week. We all know how big she is into that. The first book is going to be The Owl Who Was Afraid of the Dark. We all know that she's always been about mental health and early childhood. This is not anything new to her. But of course, the sugars jumped all over it and said, "You're copying Meghan." And they missed a few obvious things, the most main one being the fact that the book Meghan was reading was her own. She's been plugging it, trying to sell it, with the publisher giving 1% to charity and the rest going into Meghan's pocket. Whereas the book that Catherine will be reading was written by somebody else. She's not making any profit off of it, and it's a fabulous children's book. A big difference there. And thank you to Cambridge for Life 2, who put together the following pictures showing that the royals have been reading stories to youngsters way before Meghan Markle ever came along. And before people go nutso and go, "That's a recent picture," take a look at that picture of William in the middle. He has hair. I'm not trying to be mean, but that picture was taken years and years and years and years ago. This is no different than when Harry and Meghan stood underneath an umbrella, right? Because it was raining. So when William and Catherine used an umbrella because it was raining, the sugars went absolutely ballistic and claimed that they were only using an umbrella because Harry and Meghan had done so. So for obvious reasons, I'm going to show you a few pictures. Here's Queen Elizabeth with an umbrella. Wait, here's the Queen Mother with an umbrella as she was getting on in years. And here's one of her when she was young with an umbrella. Basic common sense, people. Harry and Meghan did not invent the umbrella. Okay, moving on. Well, the next story coming out is that Harry would like less financial responsibility with a smaller home. Maybe because his deals are drying up. And it's being reported that Meghan said, nope, she is not downgrading. She deserves that big mansion and she wants it. You know, who knows if this kind of story is true, but I got to tell you, they're hemorrhaging money between the PR team and the staff that they're having to pay that they hired through Archewell, plus the regular bills. Yeah, they're hemorrhaging money. I'm sure Harry is getting nervous. Okay, moving on. This is a short little blurb. I found this online on Twitter. Unfortunately, I don't know who made it or I'd give credit, but I just think this shows you what's really going on with Harry and Camilla in their relationship. Because remember, they're going to trash Camilla in that book that's coming out at the end of this year. Okay, moving on. All right, this next story came out in Neil Sean even touched on it. Meghan Markle is laying low. There's speculation that she and Harry have split. There's speculation that she just doesn't want the limelight anymore, which I highly doubt that one. Her PR team want her to lay low because that way every time she goes out, it's bigger news. The idea is you'll be more intrigued, you'll want more of her. Yeah, that's not working for me. So the thought process is you're going to be so excited to see her, you're going to want to buy whatever it is she's selling. All right, moving on. Okay, next story that came out said that Harry and Meghan, we knew they were wanting to be invited to the Oscars, and apparently they were invited, and they were invited to call out the, I think it was the Best Actor award, but they turned it down. That's what's being reported. Personally, I think other people probably threw up their hands and said, these people are nothing and we don't want them here. All right, moving on. All right, we're going to veer off into another topic really quickly. A video was put up recently of this guy, Kurt Zuma, running around his house, kicking his cat. It's horrible footage, and thank God somebody released it. People are outraged. There's now a petition going around. Again, I don't know what it is with these athletes who think that nothing can touch them. Why have a pet if you're only going to abuse it? Experience Kissimmee stepped up and said it was disheartening to learn that the player was part of the starting line in West Ham's United game, and they're waiting further information, and then they're going to look at their relationship with this guy. So in other words, he may lose his job. And then they came back and said that they condemn what he did, and they don't condone abuse of animals and animal cruelty, which I think was an excellent thing to say. This brought something else up. Do you remember the school teacher who the video came out showing her abusing her horse, and she was fired from her job? She's getting fines. She's been, ridiculed and run out. So how come that's happening to her? But this guy who has kicking his cat all around his kitchen, and I guarantee you that's not the first time he's done it. How come he hasn't lost his job yet? How come he's not being prosecuted? For those of you who are concerned about the cat, in case you didn't see it at the beginning, the cats have been taken into care. They're being checked. They are away from that man. And so don't worry. And I want to thank Twitter user Polony for putting up these photos. Absolutely. These are real men with their animals. If you can't treat an animal right, leave it alone. But you don't adopt an animal to abuse it unless you're some kind of a sicko. All right, moving on to our last update. Do you guys remember when I showed you this? Joe Rogan's been offered a $100 million contract on a different streaming service, and it was going to make Spotify nervous. Well, if what's coming up next is accurate, then I'd say it worked. It was reported by this user on Twitter that all of Joe Rogan's censored podcasts have been restored, and the CEO said, "We are running a business, not a daycare center." Ooh, drop the mic. And that essentially should let everybody know where Spotify stands when it comes to Joe Rogan. It's been update time, and I just want to show you guys how he's doing today. So I wanted to tell you all that even with the heat on, it's so cold in here. So, of course, somebody had to be tucked in. Yes. Good boy. No, good boy. With his favorite toy. Yes. What do you guys think about the Sussex Squad always claiming that William and Catherine are copying Harry and Meghan when that's obviously not true? Do you guys think it's true that they were invited to the Oscars and they turned it down? Do you think it's true that Harry wants to downsize so they're not under so much financial strain? What do you guys think about Harry and Meghan's new PR strategy that Meghan should not show herself anywhere so that when she does show herself, people will just go crazy for her? What do you guys think about the millionaire footballer who was abusing his cat? Should he be arrested, and should he be terminated? And finally, what do you think about Spotify stepping up to the plate because they realize that the biggest streaming podcaster they have may walk away? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be notified of future uploads. And if you're already subscribed, please double check to make sure you're still subscribed. And if for whatever reason you've been unsubscribed, hit that bell and resubscribe. Don't forget you can follow me on Getter, you can follow me on Twitter, you can email me. For those who have donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.